I'm live again. 2 lives in a day. I'm providing value for you guys. All right. So I had a chore to do out in this cold. I had to change a tire. So I figured after I've gotten cold, wet, and tired, I figured I'd stop for one of my guilty pleasures in life, White Castle hamburgers. Hunter 123B 88P. What's up, brah? And Mike Vance. All right, here we go. So White Castle, Kelly Vance, Caitlin Vance. There's a lot of Vances here today. Mr. Pimp and Sean, what's up, bro? Anyway, here we go. White Castle is a guilty pleasure. For those of you who know it, it's the type of food that you love, you crave, and it may not be the best for you, but once in a while, and today is the day. I'm cold and miserable, and I need a treat for me. Now, they have a new thing, and they always have lots of new things. John Funky Cold Medina. What's up, bro? So they have a lot of new things because there is a fast food restaurant war going on. They're all competing for mind share, new foods and, all kinds of things. Variety is the spice of life. And I saw this. I'm a sucker for marketing. And they have Sloppy Joe sliders. Remember Sloppy Joes, guys? Your mom used to make these. It was like an easy thing for her to make, and you loved it. So they have 2 types. They have a jalapeno laced cheese and a cheddar cheese, and I'm going to try these sliders, and I'm doing it for you. Taking a hit for you guys. Mike Vance, sponsoring the show again. Cut it out, bro. Cut it out. Thank you for sponsoring the show. Here we go. So it looks like an old school Sloppy Joe. Look at that on these beautiful little buns, but the proof is in the pudding. This is an authentically 70s, circa 70s and 80s tasting Sloppy Joe. And it's just the right amount with these burgers. I know you're doing kind of the bad thing, but they're so small. I mean, how much could this hurt? This little thing. Beautiful. Cito 4633, Carl. What is up? I'm killing you. All right, here we go. If you're an old dude like me, or you're old like me, and you remember Sloppy Joes back in the day, this is a Sloppy Joe from back in the day. BK. The roads they're not terrible if you're taking your time. There's just a lot of people that don't know how to drive. Moment. What's up, bruh? Here we go. Mike Vance asked about a video I posted yesterday. Trip to Wyoming, Jackson Hole. Beautiful place, guys. If you're interested in that, I posted it. You can look on my timeline. The question was, how much did I hate the horse in the video? I was riding a horse called Broadway, and it was actually a pretty cool horse. But what they tell you right off the gate is don't let your horse eat, like nibbling grass, because if you let that horse eat, the horse will just continually eat. because they just like to eat. Go figure. And I kind of slacked up and let Broadway start eating. And then we had to have a mind to mind, horse to horse. Now there's two, I told you there are two versions. I believe that was oh, spilling it all in my car. I believe that Sloppy Joe was the cheddar cheese variant. And they have a jalapeno lace. No, this is the cheddar. So that was a jalapeno cheese, and it wasn't too hot, guys, but it tasted good. This is the cheddar cheese version. Damn. I'm spilling it all over my car. If you need a taste for an old time Sloppy Joe, but just like a little bit, go to White Castle. This is pretty good, guys. It's not something you'd want to get more than 2 or 3, but pretty good. Hunter, what are my thoughts on Barbasol? The blades or the cream, the shaving cream? So, my favorite shaving cream is Gillette Foam Mousse. Barbasol shaving cream I used for many, many years. It works. Especially they come in these little travel size, so you can take it for traveling. It's a thick cream, so you might want to. I would water it down slightly, but I would consider that sort of your bargain basement type, which is not a bad thing. I'm loving Gillette Foam Mousse because it's nice and light, has a light fragrance, and it coats the skin nicely. Looks good on camera, and it's not too thick. What leaves your face feeling icky? Look at these fries, guys. Enjoy life. You bought the Gillette Foam Mousse? Yeah, once you start eating in your car, it's all over. Oh, Barbasol, yeah. I'm not a huge fan of Barbasol. It'll do. Gillette Foam Mousse is the way to go, bruh. There's so many things, so many different, and I'm going to start showing them to you. I hear Paraiso shave cream. I hear that's the bomb, yo. Notorious 327, you're a barbershop dude? I'll come to you. Where are you? Now, this is the traditional, this is the traditional slider. You got to have a few of those when you come into White Castle. You just got to do it. Conditioner works, soap works in a pinch. I had a guy tell me he just used water. Oh, what was your name before, brah? You know what I'm loving, though? What has been conditioners, what people in prison use. What's been a revelation to me is pre-shave oil, guys. Pre-shave oil is no joke. You put that on pre-shave. The CMO graduates in May, and she's doing great. Yeah, pre-shave oil, pre-shave cream, it's a godsend. Mr. Pimpin'. The menthol sensation. Yeah, they make it all. And I've never done a Paraiso review of anything. So I need to put them on the list. Like I'm putting these burgers on the list. What's my favorite cartridge razor? Hunter asks. That's a good question. I would say, if pressed, this may be the easy answer. I would say the Mach 3 by Gillette. I like the Defender though, guys, but they're so new to the scene, you just don't know if they're going to be changing stuff up. I would say that the Mach 3 is pretty close to perfection for a cartridge razor. Am I going to try the Amazon brand of razor? I would assume I'm going to try all of the razors at some point, right? The Mach 3 is my jam, too. Now, I wish I could show you this without getting... You just never know when you're filming people. Next to me here, Hummer H3 just pulled up. And is parked right next to me. Empty parking lot. They pull up right next to me. Mach 3 is no joke. Yeah, the top 10. You know, I was planning to do that video for you. The top 10 best cartridges, and I got the flu. Is Harry's better than Gillette? I'm from Glen Head, New York. Is Harry's better than Gillette? I guess it depends on the shaver. The person. When I started, how I got into shaving, if for those of you who may not know, and then I got to get going because I'm running late. For those of you who don't know how I got into shaving, I primarily did auto reviews. For many years, I started doing auto reviews, I believe, in 2011. And I've done over 350 car reviews, maybe even more. And then one year, about 3 years ago, I challenged myself to do a video a day for a year. Because, you know, I had been doing YouTube for a while, and I wanted to mix it up a little bit. So I said, you know, I wonder if I could start on the first day of January and do a whole year of making a video a day. And making a video a day for a year is a tough scenario. It was tough. So some days I had a plan. I'm going to go do this. I'll be here, do that. And what's up, Nick? So what I did was some days I just saw something that interested me and I did a video about it. And I did a video about one blade because I was going into like a Walgreens or a CVS and I would see this lime green. I'm a sucker for marketing. And I would see this product and I'd be like, what is that? So one day I look at it and it was relatively inexpensive. So I said, I'll buy this and I'll make a video about one blade. And like 100,000 views later, I'm like, maybe people want to watch and find out about shaving products. So I did a couple of Gillette reviews and people were digging it. So to get to the question, what's better, Harry's or Gillette? So when you go on a shaving journey, I sound foolish to say that. And I apologize for not responding to your questions because I want to get through this answer. And I will read the questions on the back side and try to respond to you later, or the comments. So when you go on a shaving journey, and here's how my journey would have started, because for many years I was a Gillette man. I was a Gillette Sensor XL man, and then they developed the Mach 3, and I thought it was perfect. They should have stopped right there. Excuse me. All right. So at some point, the Gillette Mach 3 blades became more expensive than my mortgage. It was like you were going to the store, and it seemed like overnight, these blades, like you were thinking, are they putting gold somewhere in the blade? It got to be so expensive that many, many folks were like, how many times can I use it? I would see people, like you go visit people and you'd see like rusty Gillette blades, like they'd be shaving with the same blade for a year because it was so damn expensive. What happened was as new people started to shave, they were looking at these prices going like, what's wrong? What's wrong here? What is wrong with this picture? And pressure, the open market, free market pressure put a lot of brought a lot of competitors into the space. And I'm answering this in a long way, but the most economical and probably best experience for shaving is the double-edged razor, because you have one handle that you like, you find one you like, and you find a blade that you like, because there's so many different types of blades, and you are set. You order them in bulk, those blades. You could literally shave every day with a new blade, and it would be much less expensive than going the Gillette cartridge route. So when you go to a DE, because of me, like I started doing shaving reviews, when I went to try all these different products and you go to the safety razor, technique is ultra important with the safety razor. You got to angle it right. You got to use the right pressure, or you can really cut yourself. What Gillette does, and Schick, and many of the manufacturers today, is they load up bumpers and lubrications and rubber and to protect your face from the blades. And there's a benefit to that. With a safety razor, if you make the wrong move, you're gonna be cut up. It's safe, but it's not that safe. So when you learn how to shave with the safety razor, and it doesn't take a long time, and you learn how to get it, and you really appreciate the value of, there's a tactile element to it, and there's the quality of the instrument and the art of the shave. The Harry's cartridge is the closest proximity, in my opinion, to a DE type experience. You need skill. You need to appreciate shaving. You're not one of those like get in and it's the art of shaving. So Harry's to me is better if you know how to shave and you like to shave I think it's built well, it's designed well. There's not a lot of doohads and gizmos, and there's no lubrication to be, Gillette is the Gillette line of razors, and Schick are probably the best when you just want to get in and you want to make sure you're not going to nick yourself up too much. You like a lot of lubrication, bells and whistles. So I hope I answered your question there. Defender is more like the leaf razor. Defender, to me, is very promising. I like the independent blades. So there are 3 blades. They're independent in space, and they flex independently. Provides good protection. It has a very nice sales model. It's an online model, and it's economical. You can get sensitive, regular, and extra sensitive, I believe. They have a dual head blade, which is cool. Defender is on the come, and I just stop coughing. I just wonder if Defender will stay around. This live stuff is tough. I wonder if Defender will stay the same, have the same quality. You gotta do it long term. Wow, let me take a drink, and then I gotta get out of here. I gotta get home. But to summarize, guys, White Castle, I'm not recommending you go there a lot, but it's a guilty pleasure for me, and they have lots of new things all the time. The Impossible Burger, the first fast food chain to offer the Impossible Burger was White Castle. They chicken and waffles, sloppy joes, chicken sandwiches, all new stuff all the time, and they're tiny, so you can't go wrong with tiny stuff. The sloppy joe, if you're an old school dude like me or woman, and you want that taste of the 70s and 80s when your mom would just give you a sloppy joe on Wednesday. I think Wednesday nights was us. Wednesday night was our sloppy joe night. You knew you were having sloppy joes. If you want that taste of sloppy joes, get to White Castle. And also on YouTube, there's a whole, I think it's CNBC does a special on White Castle. There's a difference between their structure and like all the rest of the fast food chains. And it's interesting. They're family owned, 4 generations strong, limited distribution or no franchise model. So there's limited locations. They do some interesting things. It's an interesting company, and I like it every once in a blue. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. I want to thank Mike Vance again for supporting the show twice today. And the whole Vance family's here. I'll see you guys. Remember tomorrow, if you're into shaving, 10 a.m. I should have my Sunday shave posted. I'll get up early in the morning and do that. And I'll see you clowns tomorrow. But in the meantime, you know what to do, guys. Creeper confirmed. You know what to do. You're going to keep pushing play. I'll see you later. Adios. Thanks, guys.